And we're live again. Let's try that again. You're listening to Let's Talk, the SQPN Community Podcast. Hi, I'm Dom Bettinelli, and as I said before, I'm joined by Noëlle Crowe. Hello, Noëlle.
Hey, Dom.
And everybody can hear you. And Mike Denz. Hi, Mike.
Good morning again.
So just to let everyone know, we're doing this special short forum, short series podcast. This is not going to go on forever. We're not going to do this every day, but while we have the opportunity, we're going to join you every morning, every weekday morning. I'm going to take sleep in on the weekends, but while we're all locked down, we're going to get together around the virtual water cooler and provide a little light, a little levity, a little fun, and we'll give some ideas of how to spend your time. And most of all, we just want to stay connected to you, our audience, our community of listeners. And we're going to be on Facebook Live every weekday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. You do the rest of the math on your own, the time zone math. And then we'll put it in the Let's Talk podcast feed as an audio feed, and then on SQPN's YouTube channel for you to watch later. So as I was saying before we got started, that this is the all Franciscan University of Steubenville panel. Mike and Noëlle and I all were at Franciscan University at the same time, right? We were.
Yeah.
I believe so. When did you graduate, Tom?
So I finished up in '96. So that was
okay.
Yeah.
So we overlapped by one semester.
Oh, okay. You were there just after me, then, right?
Yeah, I started the spring of '96.
Oh, okay. And how about you, Noëlle? When did you graduate?
Well, I graduated in 95, but in 96, I had started my master's program. I actually was there for 2 degrees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when Mike was starting, I was just starting my second year in my master's program.
And you never left. You did leave, but you've
yes,
moved
I
back.
Did leave.
And you live there now with your husband, Tom, who works for the university, right?
Right. So I actually left for many, many years, never expected to come back. And then I met this guy who works at the university. He does digital or web communications, but he didn't actually go to the university. He's not an alum. So that's kind of the irony is that I'm back at my alma mater because of a guy who didn't go there, but he works there.
That's awesome. Oh.
Sorry, Macy wanted to contribute too.
Hi, Macy.
I think the mailman's dropping off mail right now.
Oh yes, well the mortal enemy of all dogs. So you can understand that. So I've been doing this thing every day this week. The Dom's T-shirt of the day, and so I wanted to share today's T-shirt with you. And again, I have to stand up for the camera so everyone can see it, but it says "Super easy, barely an inconvenience." It's a bit of an inside joke for a YouTube channel called Screen Rant, where one of the series of videos I do it's called Pitch Meeting, and it's this one very talented guy who does these videos of him playing 2 different roles, a screenwriter and a studio executive, and the screenwriter pitches movies that this is what it was like to pitch this script, and they often go through the plot holes and the ridiculousness of the script, and at some point in it, the studio executive points out this ridiculous plot hole. This, like, how could you possibly get past this plot hole? And that's when the screenwriter always says, "Oh, super easy, barely an inconvenience." And so that has become a catchphrase in my home. And I got Melanie gave me this shirt for Christmas because of that. So it's one of my favorite shirts. I love wearing it out because then you see the people who are really in the know when they see it and they laugh. So we're like I said, we're kind of just hanging out here at the water cooler. And so how are you guys doing, Mike? I don't think I've talked to you since we began our current state of things. How are things going with you?
Oh, very good. I'm working from home. I work for a parish here in Corning, New York, All Saints Parish, as the director of faith formation. So it's something that we've been working from home. Obviously, there's no faith formation going on or youth group, but we're working on communicating with people virtually, through internet. We posting on the website. We do email blasts. and Facebook. So different things just to keep in touch with the parishioners, keep them informed on what's going on in the church during all this, all the great stuff that Pope Francis has been doing, the praying the Our Father as a world yesterday. He's got his special blessing that I'm not going to try to pronounce. Maybe tomorrow.
Urbi et Orbi is
there you go, to the city and the world.
Yep.
Tomorrow. And explaining all the indulgences that he has granted throughout this time. So working on those kind of things.
That's awesome. I'm kind of holding out hope that when he gives this blessing, there will be a miraculous healing and the entire virus will go away and everyone will see it and everyone will go, wow, God is real. And, and I'm going to convert. We can hope.
Hey, you can hope. Yeah, sure. It could happen. It could happen.
As we're getting closer to Easter, it's in Holy Week. It looks like none of us are going to be able to get out to Mass for the Triduum. So we're in my house, we're doing the best we can in keeping. And in fact, it really feels like we're doing more for Lent this year than we ever have, in more ways than one.
I'm kind of wondering if God said, I don't think you guys are really doing it for Lent. I need a little more.
Yes. Wait. Giving up chocolate for Lent is not enough anymore. I'm going to give you something to give up. How about everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Noëlle, how are you doing there in your situation? You run a Montessori day school, right?
That's right. So it's just a 3-hour every morning program. So it's a little interesting trying to move. Actually, we really haven't attempted it to try and move Montessori online. It's all about physical things and kids having this reality-based experience with lots of materials. So trying to give virtual materials is kind of the antithesis of what we do
right.
in a Montessori school. So I've tried to provide sort of weekly updates with some ideas for my parents on, here's some YouTube videos you can watch. Here's some little things you can do at home. We found a really great web page that has, I think, 50 different types of birds with their pictures. But if you click on the picture, it actually gives you the sound that the bird makes.
Oh, awesome.
So that's great because in spring, one of the things we had just started talking about before we left school, abruptly finished with school, was the fact that living creatures are divided into vertebrates and invertebrates. And so birds are one classification of vertebrates. And so in the spring, we like to look at different birds. So I was like, all right, here, you can look at that and different things. But it's definitely very challenging with this. And we're also here. We are supposed to go back to school on April 6th.
Oh, wow.
Nobody really thinks that's going to happen, but there's been no update. So we're kind of like, well, we have another week and then maybe, so it's very uncertain. Even though our churches, our bishops, the bishops of Ohio announced a week or so ago that all the churches, there'll be no masses until after Easter. So we knew a week ago that we would have no Easter mass physically in the church. But on the plus side, it's been great because I have a number of priest friends on Facebook. And so I've been attending mass, if you will, in Virginia and in California and all these different places with these priests who I haven't been able to see for a while. So that's been a real blessing.
That is awesome. I have my old roommate from Steubenville, Father Kevin, now Father Gabriel Gillen, who is a Dominican in New York. I haven't, had a chance to see him in ages. We're friends on Facebook, but he's been celebrating Mass every night online streaming. And it's been so nice. I've never been to Mass with Father Gabriel. I'm going to call him Kevin. I'm sorry. He was my roommate. But I've never been to Mass with him. So this is an awesome opportunity. I think that is the one of the blessings that is coming out of all of this. And it's nice to have. So one of the things we're doing every day is we have recommendations of ways you can spend your time and things you can do. So I'm turning it over to you guys. Mike, what do you have as a recommendation for folks who maybe want to spend their time in their lockdown?
Well, I mean, obviously there's so many things you can do. And I know a lot of people have been thankful for their Netflix accounts and things to watch. And one of the things that my wife and I have gotten into are some of the British crime dramas that you can find on Netflix. They actually have a whole category of British crime dramas, originally on BBC.
Yep.
And so one of the ones that was our favorite is Broad a Church.
Oh, the best.
I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to try to name the characters, but it had one of the more popular doctors
David
from
Tennant.
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, David Tennant. Thank you. And another British actress, and they're among all the other things, their chemistry and how they've got along in the 3 seasons that they did is really enjoyable to watch and really kind of funny. They could become like this old married couple, and the story itself and the actors and the pace of especially the first season is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Really enjoyable.
Yeah.
You saw it, I think.
Yes, yeah. Olivia Colman is the actress, and
Olivia Colman.
Yeah,
I love the stuff she's in.
She won an Oscar, I think, last year for the one where she played Queen Victoria, maybe the movie. I forget what it was, but she won an Oscar, and she's fantastic in it. And it was always
she's also
Oh,
sorry. She's also, and now I can't remember the name of it, but she's also part of a British comedy sketch duo or sketch team as well. I forget the name of it, but it's not Yes Prime Minister. It's another one.
Okay. IMDb will come to our rescue at some point.
You should look her up. But it's very funny, and it's very different than Broadchurch. And so when I first saw her in the comedy sketch, I was like, is that the same person?
And David Tennant, if you're a Doctor Who fan, David Tennant uses his native Scottish accent in it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you got to turn on the subtitles, or you're just gonna be like, what did he say? Forget it.
Well, speaking of British crime dramas, my wife loves this one. It's on a different streaming service called BritBox, which has all the British stuff. But she loves Shetland, and it takes place in the Shetland Islands. And the accent, like they're speaking English apparently, but you gotta have the captions on because there's no way to understand anything they're saying. But these little English countryside towns have terrible murder rate, like worse than like Las Vegas and CSI. It's horrible, but
Right. And you watch Foyle's War, right? Another one like that.
Yep.
Then exactly. There's a murder every week.
That's great, Mike.
It's amazing.
That is a great pick.
So I just got the name. It was Mitchell and Webb.
Oh, Mitchell and Webb, which is awesome. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So they did Mitchell and Webb are the two guys. They were actually the PC Mac couple in the British PC Mac ads years ago. So if you ever find that online, the on YouTube, those are fantastic. They're very funny. So that's good. So Noëlle, what is your recommendation today?
Well, I thought since we are all inside washing our hands, that maybe we should watch a series about someone who's an expert on all of this OCD germophobia stuff, Monk.
Yes. Starring Tony Shalhoub,
Tony Shalhoub as Monk, who is a detective and a police detective, but he's had a breakdown after his wife was murdered, and all of his OCD tendencies are sort of on overdrive now. And so the beginning of it is him starting out, is he fit to go back into the service? And what they decide is, no, he's not, but he's such a great detective that even though he's not officially on the force, they are always calling him in to aid them as sort of a private consultant to them. And all of his OCD tendencies, help him to notice things that other people don't notice.
Okay.
But then there's a little sub part where he has an assistant who's there to basically help him with all the things that he can't do, like, touching certain things. And but after he shakes hands with everybody, like, she immediately has to like hand him a wipe so that he can wipe his hands off. And then little thing where people are always getting offended by him wiping his hand after their handshake. And
so the world has proven Monk to be correct in his estimation of the way things should be. So
yeah, it was really funny. Like, after this started, my sister and I are really, really into Monk, and we were on the phone together, and it was just we both were kind of like, everybody's just like Monk now.
That's awesome. That's a great idea. Yeah, so check out Monk. It's several seasons, or they're all available online now. So that's good.
Yeah, they're all on Amazon Prime for sure, and I'm sure you can find them in other places.
Awesome. Well, I have a pick,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna play it I'm gonna share my screen and play it. And I'm not sure that you and Mike and Noëlle, you'll be able to see it, but you'll be able to hear it. There's this British rugby commentator. Actually, he's a sports commentator. He does rugby, he does golf, does soccer, football. Sorry, and he's out of work because there's no sports. So he's taken on his Twitter account to commentating life. Like he'll go out, he'll have a video of people in the street, at the store, on the street, and at the park, and he commentates on it. And I'll play one for you now so you get an idea. It's really very, very good. This one is, in case you listen can't see it, this one is where people are in a crosswalk, and he's commentating on people crossing the street. And so let's see how this works here. Okay, and I'll play it for you.
Crossroad dash, light turns to red. We wait for the beats. There they are now then. JD Sportsman, he's got a decent start. Leggings on the outside. Oh, JD Sportsman's been distracted over the shoulder, and Leggings is going to get there. Oh, she does it again. 3 titles in 3 days. Off past Vegas Gold for the lap of honor. Victorious. Crossroad dash.
So it's really, really funny. I was cracking up with what I was showing the kids. He's got a whole bunch of them. He's got ladies pushing strollers in the park. Let me get back to you guys here. Pushing the strollers in the park. He's got the dogs playing, people playing soccer in the park really badly. It's very funny. So he's Nick Heath Sports is his Twitter feed, and if you scroll down, you'll find them. His more recent part of his Twitter account is he's getting lots of interview requests and stuff like that. But definitely check it out. He's got a whole bunch of them on there. So a lot of fun, a lot of creative people. Entertaining folks the best they can in the midst of all this, so it's nice. So
I saw one where there was there was 3 blondes and 1 brunette at a table.
Yes,
and I don't even know what he was trying to do, but it was very funny.
Yeah, it was the brunette in the table of blondes competition, and like he commented, and he's like shooting the video from across the street at this cafe. And so they're sitting at this table at the cafe, and then suddenly this woman walks out of the door, and she's a brunette. It's like, oh, and she has totally missed the boat on this one. She is totally lost. Oh, what a disaster for her. Like, oh, it's so great. It's a blast. If you just want to get a good laugh, check it out. It's Nick Heath Sport. So let's. I think that's a good place to wrap it up. And we'd like to take a moment to thank our patrons who make it possible for us to create Let's Talk. Their generous donations at sqpn.com/give make it possible for us to continue Let's Talk and all the shows at StarQuest. And you can join them by visiting sqpn.com/give. So that's it from us. We'd love to hear from you. You can contact us by going to sqpn.com or the StarQuest Facebook page if you're not there already, facebook.com/StarQuestMedia, or send an email to letstalk@sqpn.com. And we'll put links to the various things we recommend here on our website at sqpn.com/letstalk. Until next time, Mike Denz, thank you for joining me on Let's Talk.
Thank you for having me.
And Noëlle Crowe, thank you as well.
Thanks, Dom. It's been fun.
And once again, I'm Dom Bettinelli. Thank you for listening to Let's Talk on StarQuest.